My phone, we'll see. It's 56%. You hear that noise?
Oh, welcome everyone to another edition of Deconversion Stories, and my guest has just disappeared again. We've been having some issues. She's using her phone right now, and she's saying that she might pop off once in a while. So this might be kind of an interesting episode, but we'll just wait for her to come back on here. And oh, there we go. There you are.
Hey, I'm really sorry about it. All this. It's just I wasn't prepared to set up my phone. I was trying to go on my laptop, couldn't get into my Twitter, had to use my phone. My phone was half charged, so let's do this.
Okay, all right. So, do you have your phone plugged in, or?
Yep, it's charging.
Well, we could probably let you do that for sure, because you don't want it to suddenly conk out in the middle of the chat here. Somebody's already asking what OT stands for.
It's a nickname from my
real
name. Yeah.
All right. Are you using headphones on your phone? Or?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, great. That'll keep down like the echoey stuff and whatnot. So, OT, welcome to the show. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. What I do here is I chat with folks about their journeys away from whatever religious beliefs they were once a part of, and I generally like to know, from as far back as you can remember to the point where those dominoes started falling, and basically what happened after you came out of the belief system, how it affected your life and stuff like that. So I'll basically let you tell your story, and I'll jump in with ridiculous things to say or ask every once in a while.
Okay. Well, it all started when I was probably like 4 or 5 years old. My dad got saved. And from then, we started going to church. So I remember being a kid and visiting different churches around town. We would go to churches in people's apartments, in people's houses, whatever we could get into. And did that for a long time. I had a stepmom, and I remember getting saved at the age of 5 because we were in church, and I saw my brother raise his hand, and so I decided to raise my hand too. And my dad was just really happy about that for a long time because I became saved. And so it started really young. My mom's not religious at all. They were divorced, so as we got older, he would take us on the weekends, me and my brothers. And we were teenagers, and we really hated church. We hated going to church. And they would make us go to the front of the church, not in the middle or the back, the front. And they would just raise their hands and, praise Jesus. And me and my brothers, we never did that. We didn't sing. We were just sitting there like, that was our experience. And we were like the only black kids in an all-white church. That was called Cowtown. And so there was this, I don't know, it was just, we didn't like it. We didn't like the experience. So as we got older, we didn't really continue, my brothers were on the road. We kind of fell off.
Hold on 1 second here. You're fading out, like I can barely hear you. So is there a way you can possibly just talk directly into the phone kind of thing, or?
Is that better?
Yes, that's much better.
Okay.
Yes.
So, yes.
because Joseph was saying that as well. Hi, Joseph. Long time no see, my friend. So, yes, you're saying you could barely your audio goes up and down, and a lot of times when it goes down, they can't really hear what you're saying. So,
Okay, sorry about that.
that's quite all right. I mean, so I pretty much understood. Well, now I'm getting echoes. Oh. The headphones will keep that from happening, but all you need to do is just speak more directly into the mouthpiece or microphone part.
Okay, let me try to fix this. Get some headphones.
Sure.
It sucks, man. All right, here we go. I was like, I wanted to just go so smooth.
Maybe my fault. I may not have mentioned that headphones help.
Is this better?
Oh yeah, much better.
Okay, good. So yeah, we really hated church. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
That's like hundreds of times better.
Oh, good.
So yeah, you hated church, and you guys always had to sit in the front. I heard that part.
Yeah, and when we got into our 20s, we kind of got away from the church, so it didn't really stick, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was the indoctrination that got me into Christianity, and then seeking it again and 2 other times in my life. Once when I was like maybe late 30s, and then again maybe like late 20s, and again maybe mid 30s. I tried to get back into the church, and I really don't remember why I wanted to the first time, but I got into a church that believed you had to be baptized to be saved.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember talking to my dad about it, who I got advice from, and he would say that it was a satanic, demonic church.
Really?
Yeah, my dad is really extreme, and he when he answers the phone, he doesn't say hi. He says Jesus is Lord, and he's said that for many years. So he's in it. Yeah, he has no problem telling you you're going to hell type of Christian. So yeah,
he's that guy. Really? So
yeah.
if you're not in line with what he believes, you're going to hell. Is that sort of the idea?
Yeah,
Wow.
You're going to hell, and if you associate with the wrong church, teaching the wrong doctrine, you're going to hell. And it's literally a demonic church.
How does he know he's in the right one?
Well, he's right, so he's in the right one. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, he's a very interesting man, very interesting personality. But yeah, I know once he told me that we don't have to obey the 10 Commandments anymore, but I really don't remember why he said that. It was it probably had something to do with Jesus's return. But one day he told me that, and that was kind of like something that made me think, like, that really doesn't make any sense, because you can't have the Old Testament without the New Testament. And
that's
you know, what else are you gonna throw out?
It's actually the other way around. You can't have the New Testament without the Old Testament.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I meant. So yeah, it was it's been interesting. At one point I was trying to I was looking into Judaism, because I was starting my
my adventure, I guess, away from Christianity. I started to do Christianity at one point, and the rabbit hole. And so,
Yep. I was raised Jewish.
oh, you're Jewish, okay? And
Yeah.
I was watching a lot of Jews debate Christians, and that really turned my mind away from believing Christians knew it all. It just exposed a lot of Christians, the biblical knowledge. They were just way far behind any Jew I've ever seen debate them. So that really made me think, and I actually looked into. I actually got a Judaism for Dummies book, and I was just
They
doing.
make one?
Yep, and I have it. Didn't read it, but I have it. And
That's hilarious.
yeah, I was like, well, they have the truth. They have the original truth. So why would I not study that? Why would I study a 2.0 version? And
I guess.
and that got, I was just really obsessed with Rabbi Zacharias, that guy.
Yep.
I was, man, his words were like a dream to me when I was a believer. I was really enthralled. That means, but I was into messianic Jews at first because I wanted to keep believing in Jesus.
Yep.
But
then I've seen the bumper sticker say "Jews for Jesus."
Yeah. And then I didn't quite get that, but so
no, it's definitely a weird one.
Yeah, and there was a time where I tried the Christian dating thing. Just was really in the mindset that I needed to find a husband so that my husband can be the head of the household. And kind of, I was, but I know deep down, I know me, and deep down, I that's really not something that would have been for me. But I was trying. I wanted to believe. I wanted to find a place. I wanted to find the truth. So if this was part of it, then I'm gonna, be a wife. Didn't work out. But yeah, I dated some interesting guys. It's pretty much the same thing as like a secular dating site. So it's like, oh, cool, awesome. Nobody's serious. Nobody's serious like I am. No. So that was a big turn off. But I did have a lot of questions in church. Yeah. And at one point, I think it was my late 20s, I looked for this church, a church that believed you had to be baptized to be saved. And I remember coming up with maybe 70 questions to ask because that's just how I am. I like to ask a lot of questions. I've always been like that. And I know one of them had to do with dinosaurs and the age of the earth and all these things. And, these people aren't science. They're just people who probably don't know. I didn't know. I was just curious how it all fit in. And my answers weren't, my questions weren't answered. They told me to ask someone else who couldn't really answer the questions. And it was a while ago, but I never got my question answered. So it bothered me. And it kept bothering me. And kind of got away from the church for maybe another 7 years. And I really don't know why. I tried to get into it again, but I did. And I got into this church. It was like a Filipino church. They're really nice people. And they really didn't care whether you believe Jesus was God or not. They accepted everybody. And well, not everybody, but, everybody was a Christian.
Right.
And I hung out with them for a little while, but I was taught, and it was always taught, that if you don't believe Jesus is God, then, you're not believing the truth. You're believing a lie. So, and these people didn't care. So eventually I made one friend for a little while, but eventually I stopped hanging out with them. And, I just wanted to know it all. If I went to church and they were talking about some Amalekites, I want to know who they are and what they're doing and where they came from. That's just how I am. And my dad would always think, oh, wow, you want to just, interpret it from the Hebrew and the Greek and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, this is the word of God. I want to know everything about this book. This is, so just having the, unanswered questions and then not being able to find the answers in the Bible kind of leaves me wanting and leaves me thinking, well, what's the point? Because, science.
Science has
That's
a
about
funny
it.
way of throwing a monkey wrench into a lot of that stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So it's been interesting.
Oh yeah, sounds like it for sure. Now that you aren't really involved with that stuff anymore, how's like your relationship with your dad and stuff like that?
Oh, I don't really talk to him that much. We were really close when I was religious, the times I was trying to be a Christian, because I would call him and tell him about little miracles I experienced, or just like little coincidences here and there. Because when I was a believer, I would look at someone and think that they were going to hell, like a coworker, and it's my duty to save them. And I would just feel so sorry for them. Like I was just really like that. So I would talk to my dad, and of course we could relate, but as I found my way out, we would argue more and more, and at one point he was like, oh, what do you believe in, evolution, and all this stuff. So he's not the best guy, he's not the best guy. So I really don't have a relationship with him. I don't talk to him or anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did that happen? That kind of happened after you got out of the belief?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did he sort of initiate that? Like, did he say, "Oh, you don't believe anymore, so I don't want anything to do with you," kind of thing? Or
no. See, it's been like off and on throughout the years that I've had a relationship with him. It hasn't been like steady. Mm-hmm. We'd be close for a few years and then not talk for a few years. And the times I was religious is when we were the closest. But I'm sure he will reach out to me. He called me on my birthday, which was cool.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's not like he will never speak to me. He's the hate the sin, love the sinner thing they love to say person. So he still loves me and says he loves me, and that's good. It's he doesn't like the sin. He hates the sin. He doesn't like sin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just think it's unfortunate that it. And I've heard actually multiple stories where you lose contact with a lot of family members because you don't believe, and I think that that's just silly. I think I don't know. Obviously, your folks would be happy if you were right in line with them on the same beliefs, but I just don't understand how they could just not want you to be around or have you in their lives, or any family members for that matter, just because of something that's really, I know it's a big part of people, or they think it is, but it's such a shitty thing to do. I think when somebody doesn't believe anymore and you cut them out completely, I think that's pretty harsh. So I'm glad that at least your dad is reaching out every once in a while, like on your birthday and stuff like that, and saying happy birthday. So
yeah,
that's better.
That's better than being completely. Yeah, that would be terrible.
Oh yeah, it hurts to when that kind of thing happens, and it's happened to me too, but not to a huge degree. Most of my family still talks to me, but there are a couple that don't, unless we happen to be at a function somewhere, and I go talk to them. Then they'll be courteous, but that's about it. Then they find a way to get lost in the crowd and not have to talk to me after.
Yeah.
Which, that's okay, I guess.
I guess the rest of my family isn't religious, so It's really just him and my stepmom that are like that.
Well, how many brothers or sisters do you have?
I have 2 older brothers,
Okay.
and I had a younger sister but passed away. We have 2 older brothers.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry
yeah,
to hear that.
yeah.
And they're not buying the whole religion thing either?
One of my brothers is very spiritual. He believes Jesus existed. He also believes that our souls leave our bodies every night when we dream. And he's into
Really?
chakra. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's into
Chakras?
Oh
Jeez.
God, yes. Chakras and energy and empaths and all
Oh,
that
boy.
stuff. Just and he writes about it and journals about it, and yeah, he's into that. And my other brother, he just graduated from Baptist University, but I don't think he takes it too seriously, being a Christian. No, I don't think he's like hardcore. He doesn't go to church or anything, he just graduated from that university. I think he calls himself a Christian, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's
A
a
casual Christian.
casual Christian. Yeah, you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but to go to a Baptist university, that's interesting. What do you think? Or I don't know if he's ever spoken to you about it, but what do you think inspired him to do something like that?
He never told me. I don't know. I don't
Hmm.
know why he chose that one. No.
Because I mean, if you're, as we just said, a casual Christian, I can't see wanting to go to that sort of stringent of a or strict, I should say, of a university. That just seems kind of not necessary,
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder. Yeah, because you get, I believe he gets Christian counseling every week
Oh,
or something like that. It's mandatory to do something. If I remember correctly, I don't know. I'm not positive. I think he told me something like that, and I was surprised.
wow.
Yeah,
Christian counseling. Oh, goody.
I've had Christian counseling when I was a teenager because I was having a lot of nightmares and things, and
Mhm.
I was told it was demonic. Of course, it was demons. Yeah,
Of
and
course you
pray
were
out
told
those
that.
demons. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I was probably 19. I was like, oh, cool. Possessed.
great. Demons.
The pill for that.
Yeah.
It was prayer. Yeah,
Is that the only defense they said you had, was to pray them away kind of thing? Or
yeah, prayer.
wow.
Prayer. I got some books to read. I recalled what what you believe and why, or something like that. What you believe and why you believe. I don't know. I was like,
Huh.
okay, didn't read
It sounds
them,
like
but
an epistemology type book.
yeah, yeah. So, mhm.
So what were some of the things, I think, that kind of made you wake up, we'll say, and free yourself of those beliefs?
I think it went from being a believer and somehow watching. It was like a YouTube conversion, just watching.
Yeah.
It was for sure watching Jews debate Christians, and I was blown
Yeah.
away. And then at some point, I ran into some atheists debating Christians, and I was blown away even more. I just kind of popped up, and I was just entranced. So I just went down that path. I started watching a lot of Christians debate atheists, and that led to me opening my own Bible, looking up some things that were brought up, and
Mhm.
but I know that after doing this for a while, maybe even a year or more, I never heard about a talking donkey in the Bible. And I grew up in church, and I tried to go back twice. And I visited so many churches, spoke with so many people, and no one ever told me. There's not a holiday for that donkey. There's nothing about a talking donkey in the Bible. So I don't know where I heard it, but I remember going to my Bible and looking at it, and I'm like, if this is true, I'm done. I remember specifically thinking that. Like, I didn't want to believe it. I kind of didn't believe it until I read it. And then I was just shocked. And there's, of course, a lot of other things that contributed, but I was shocked that no one told me.
I always find it funny that you're shocked that, or people are shocked that there's a talking donkey when there's also a talking snake.
Yeah,
that
I gave that one a pass. That gets a pass because.
But you know, the weird thing is,
everybody knows.
Donkeys do have vocal cords. Snakes don't. Well, there's one species of snake that has a vocal cord, and it actually uses it to make what sounds like hissing noises. But anyway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they don't even have vocal cords, so that's kind of why it's always kind of blew me away. But yeah, talking donkeys, unless you're Shrek or something. Donkey! So I don't know about talking donkeys, man.
But that was kind of like, I just thought maybe it's myth. It's a myth now. It's just something made up now. I mean, you know, that's what really stands out when I think back. Just being able to remember that moment. And yeah. I did go.
You did what?
After I think after I gave up all my beliefs in Christianity being real, I did spend a year falling for a couple of conspiracy theories. I was still trying to, we've never been to the moon, even things like that, flat Earth, and I was looking to all these.
Come on,
and like,
OT, no.
Yeah, like 2/23/2017. That was the date that something big was going to happen. Nothing happened, but
of course not.
Yeah, I didn't really believe it. I'm too much of a skeptic, but it was like something I was into, like maybe, but I didn't understand the science behind the flat Earth, whatever model whatever.
They don't either.
Their model, right? Or like the science they try to put to. So I just, it was about a year that I was still trying to find something, maybe just trying to look for something different out of this world. I don't know. But after I let all that go, definitely started identifying as an atheist and learning what that is.
Well, I think that depends on who you talk to. Because I think everyone's got their own bloody explanation of what an atheist is. But
probably.
If you go back to, like in philosophical terms, it literally means you're without God. So you believe there aren't any gods. And that's me. I don't believe in any gods. I don't believe there are any gods. I can't claim knowledge that there aren't any gods. So someone might say, well, then you're an agnostic. And I said, no, I'm an atheist. I seriously do not think there are any gods. I've even boldly said that I could pretty much, to my knowledge, there are no gods. So I can say I know there are no gods, but at least none have ever presented themselves to me. So, and I've tried asking, I've tried praying, I've done all that stuff, and nothing ever happens. So I generally go by the statement of, if there were gods or a god or any gods, we'd know. And I think we would definitely know, and we don't. So we don't see them, or it, or he, or she, or they, or them, or whatever, any gods at all. So
I sure don't see them.
No, I mean, and honestly, man, everyone would know. I just find it hysterical that this one particular deity that everyone seems to be fond of these days, his entire reach was the Middle East. Because nobody in Asia or Australia or South Africa or North and South America had ever heard of this guy until colonialists or missionaries, people went across and spread that word. So, yeah, it's funny how that is. It's funny how the flood never happened anywhere but where the story was written either.
Yeah.
So
imagine that.
Yeah, weird, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Actually, after, I don't know, I think I turned away from the faith in 2016, and I actually started to make a game, a board game with like
really.
Bible trivia. Yeah. I started
Oh
making
wow.
that game, and then I was ready to test it. I tested it once, and then the pandemic hit, so I couldn't test it anymore. But I just wrote like a bunch of questions because I was thinking about me as a Christian, not knowing a lot of things I learned on my journey out of Christianity, and just putting it in question form, kind of like getting to know your Bible a little better if you don't study it on a regular basis, I guess. So yeah, I did that for a while. I have like, but I stopped working on it because I'm too busy. But it was just something that I never thought I would do. But I was listening to a lot of atheist Sunday school, um, either podcast videos,
Mhm.
and studying the Bible that way. Just atheists reading the Bible, and it's amazing when I think of all the things I didn't know and didn't learn in church. Uh, that's a big book, and I
Oh, I think your audio kicked out. Yeah, we can't hear you now. Oh,
are you there?
yeah, no, yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Did you ever finish making that board game?
I didn't finish it because I needed to test it on more people, and I was doing the meetup thing and talking to people through that, trying to get people together. There was a trivia night, and she's like, I'm not sure if people are going to be interested in the Bible, because I would have my friends play. And if you're not interested in something like this, you're not, no one's going to know anything or even care. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but I did print out all on cards, and I starting to design a board game. My cousin drew out.
Your audio kicked out again.
Excellent. Okay,
No, you're
yeah.
back.
So yeah, so I
Interesting.
really yeah, it was like a interesting thing to work on because I was learning so much, about the Bible
Mhm.
while making this game. So yeah,
And what did
it's
what
great
did
to
what did
learn.
you what did you? Oh yeah, it's always good to learn. The great thing is we'll never stop learning as long as we
Mhm.
exist. What did you when you were saying you were watching some of the videos about where atheists read the Bible? I believe I've seen some of those as well. Um, what kind of stuff in there kind of piqued your interest? Like when they said or discussed what was in there, what kind of stuff piqued your interest?
As far as what's in the Bible.
Yeah, like how they interpret it.
Oh, okay. Well, they use a lot of F words and stuff, and while reading the Bible. I guess it's because I listen to a lot of, I could say other another channel on here. Um, Milwaukee Atheist is a really good one for
Mhm.
a Sunday Bible study. I guess let me think. It's been a while since I listened to them, and I
Yeah,
haven't
I
listened to
know
a
the
lot of.
channel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's who I listened to for a very long time because they really dig into the Bible. Um, it's just there's I guess a lot of it is. I mean, I can tell you things that stick out of the Bible just in general, like just the way, just the misogyny of the whole thing. Um,
Yeah.
I'll, that's a big one for me. There's a lot of killing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a genocide, like blood
More than once.
sacrifices. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah. A fixation with virginity for some reason.
yes, there's that for women.
Yep.
There's really a lot going on. Just like the stories you hear about the way God treats his own people, his tribe, I guess.
It's chosen ones.
And the chosen ones. And just Old Testament. There's really nothing being said about lesbians or bisexuals or pansexuals or anything in the Bible. Well, I don't know if that wasn't a thing back then, but it's only
Oh, it was.
a man lying with another. Yeah, and it's as if, I don't know, maybe women. I won't say less than human, but I'm trying to think of a way to describe. It's like they don't have enough of something. I can't really describe it. It's they're an afterthought. Eve was pretty much an afterthought. So it's kind of like that's the theme throughout. And it shows.
Well, it says right in there. It says in the Old Testament, I think, actually it probably says it in a couple different places, but I think one of them is in Numbers where it says women are worth half as much as men. Like if you gave 100 shekels for a man, women would only get 50 shekels, right? Or paid for.
Oh yeah, something like that. That's one of the questions. Yeah. Oh, here it is right now. I'm looking at my questions right now. Yeah, men get 50, women get 30. That's Leviticus 27:1.
Is that what it is with Leviticus? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
wow.
Women in the church. I don't know. It's a thing because I'm a woman, obviously, but it's a big problem for me.
Oh yeah, it's a big problem. Period.
Angel, that's out. But just the commands to wipe out children and infants.
Yeah. The slaying of the firstborn, like in Exodus.
Yes, the blood. What is the blood of the innocents or something was. Yeah, there's just I didn't know any of this. If I was a Christian and I was given a Bible trivia, I would get an F- because in church you maybe read one or two verses, and in my experience, the rest was singing. Went to a lot of Black churches, and it's wonderful. The choir is just wonderful. I used to go even when I was in between beliefs, just to watch the choir sing and dance and jump around. And that's what it basically was. And maybe some preaching about something, get your life together and give us your money. I don't know. But I really like the choir a lot. So yeah.
I used to they don't the place is gone now and they don't have it anywhere else that I found, but I used to go to it was called the Yale Pub here in Vancouver, and on Sundays they'd have the church singers in there. The whole whack of them would come in and start doing like gospel-y type tunes, and holy shit, man, they can sing. So we used to go in there and enjoy that once in a while, right? And it's, even if you're a non-believer, and I wasn't a believer at the time as well, you get swept up in it, right? Because it's even being a non-believer, it's all the emotion that's floating around in the room because of these singers that you just get caught up in it. And also, you know, being Sunday afternoon, I'm already been drinking, so
Yeah, that's right.
that makes it even easier to get swept up in it. But yeah, no, it's
Okay.
they always put on an amazing performance, so it was a pleasure to watch. And you don't have to believe
Yeah.
to enjoy that kind of thing. So it's music,
And you
man.
don't have
It's
to
all about
join the
music.
church.
No,
Yeah.
they never preached anything like that. And if they never
That's
handed out flyers or anything like that. They just came and did their show, and that was it. And then they come and have a drink or whatever with you.
yeah.
Yeah,
And let
it was
Jesus
pretty
do
cool.
the rest.
Oh, was it double
That's
coins?
awesome.
See, I'm not even paying attention. Sorry, guys. There we go. Double coins. There we go. Apparently, I have a drinking game where the phone coin noise
Oh.
comes out of my phone. You hit hashtag coins and it goes up, and everyone takes a drink. Unfortunately, I can't drink right now.
Oh. You can't drink now?
I'm on blood thinners. So
Oh,
I had a little something called DVT, which is deep vein thrombosis. And if we don't take care of it, it could be fatal. So yeah. I mean, I sneak a beer in here and there, but and Nathaniel says he's drinking for me anyways. After I jumped into Nathaniel's video just before we started going live here, and I came in fairly towards the end of it, I guess. And he was ranting and raving about grumpy old dude who recently has said some pretty shitty things. So, but we won't get into that right now. Oh, thanks, Ocean. I appreciate that. Yeah, he said some stuff that I didn't actually know about until after watching Nathaniel on his show, and I was like, kind of like, holy fuck, really? I had him on my show where we actually see. I do all kinds of different deconversions, like where you come out of whatever belief system. And he was once a white supremacist, but apparently some of that is still, stuck with him. So,
yes.
It's shocking, but and sad. To hear that that's the case with him. So that's too bad.
It is too bad. It actually makes me think about, like, me. I'm really into since I was like 11, 12 years old, I've been into rock music and things like that. And I've always wanted to get into, I've always been into like doom metal and death metal and black metal, but
yeah,
some of those bands have racist band members and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
You really gotta be careful because I like the sound, but I'm black. So it's like, I really, I struggle with that. I'm a rocker, I always have been, but I do find bands with that doom sound that I like. I just, I gotta be real careful. And it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does. And I could say the same thing in a different aspect where, I'll put it this way. I still admire work that they do in the fields that they are, like, they'll say, not Dart Dawkins. I was just going to say Dart Dawkins. Somebody punch me. Richard Dawkins, but it turns out he's kind of not what we all thought really he was. He's gone on about some transphobic stuff and whatnot. So, I mean, I can still appreciate the work he does, but as a person, I think he's kind of fallen down quite a few notches for me, So, and the same goes with, many people that I looked up to at one time. Fucking David Silverman's one of them. He turned out to be a fucking loser. And I could go on, but the show isn't about that. But yeah, there are some people that I held in high prestige that I no longer do. I even had one scheduled for the show until I saw a tweet that he made. And I was like, yeah, no. No, you're not coming on anymore. I'm not going to platform somebody with that kind of an attitude. And I'm talking about Peter Boghossian, by the way. I still find value in the work that he does, but as a person, he's an asshat. That's the best way to put it, in my opinion. There's the double coins for you guys right there, by the way. There's 2 of them in a row, so everyone's going to be shit-faced, I tell you. Well,
I would.
What were you going to say?
I said I would be too, but if I drink, I'll just fall asleep. I'll like laugh and fall asleep. I can't handle it.
Okay, that's okay. You don't have
It's
to.
not fun. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
maybe a little bit.
hell,
No.
I've had a guy on another show that I do called Atheist Drinking Out Loud. Is another show I do with some friends of mine, and he can't drink, but he came as a guest on the show, and he would just pretend to drink water and tell everyone it was vodka.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
There we go. Grumpy old dip of the knife. It is what I say, I stick
Right.
you. Oh boy. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, some people that you think, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. They seem to be the good guys, and then something happens and you're just like, okay then. Push that one to the side.
Yeah.
Don't need that in my life.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So
It really is.
because you were quite into it, would you have considered yourself to be fundamentalist at one time?
Fundamentalist?
Like, did you believe in? Yeah,
No.
like, did you believe in a 6,000-year-old Earth and all that sort of thing? Or?
I would have to say no.
Okay, that's
I would
good
have
to
because
hear.
I had so many unanswered questions, and I know what I was hearing, like in science class, and it's like I didn't get my answers, so I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I know. A lot of it's really hard to swallow, and I think what's even harder pill to swallow for me, anyways, is that people actually believe it. In light, or even with all the evidence that demonstrates that it's not the case, they still go, "Oh well, I still believe it." There, that was my Hovind voice there, which is really bad. If you want to hear a really good Hovind voice, go and see Dr. Josh. Digi Hammurabi guy. He does it fucking to a T. As a matter of fact, he does it so well. He even dresses with the Hawaiian shirt and has all the stuff in the background like Hovind has, which is probably a green screen. But and then he does it so well that he scared the shit out of fucking Aaron Ra. Aaron's like, you do that too good. Yeah.
I was like, he always says matter. He was like, matter. If you take a drop of water and spread it all over the earth. I was like, okay. Yeah, he's a weirdo.
That'd be a neat trick to spread one drop of water all over the earth.
Yeah, he says that you can do that. Apparently, you can do that. So,
no. I guess
one drop of water.
No. Water.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yes, and yes, this is true too. Surus also does a great Hovind. But if you close your eyes when Dr. Josh is doing it, it's like when Ocean does Peterson. Ocean does a fucking phenomenal Peterson. And if you close your eyes, you swear it's him talking. It's the same with Dr. Josh with the Hovind thing. Me, on the other hand, I do a hack job imitating that. How come I can never remember his name? It's like I'm trying to block it out of my mind. The banana guy, Ray Comfort. I do a hack job.
Yeah, Ray Comfort. Ray from the Costco.
Yeah, that guy.
Harassing people in front of Costco.
Yes, he does.
Yep. For Jesus. Just kidding.
Don't threaten me doing a Jordan Peterson imitation. Well, I do okay, Ray Comfort, but it's tough to keep that accent up, I think, for me. Banana. So, I mean, it's supposed to be a Kiwi accent, I guess, but anyway. So if you could give someone some advice that's kind of on the fence or having doubts or that kind of thing, what kind of advice would you give to that person in regards to, what you think might be best for them? What kind of advice do you think you'd give them?
As far as deconversion from Christianity, I would say just study the Bible, get some commentaries, and just find out what the Bible says and what it means from beginning to end. Just take the time to do a lot of research into it.
Yeah.
And study the history of it and the history of the church.
For sure. Yeah, that's a good adage right there. Yeah, definitely look at people's opinions on the interpretations of it and stuff like that, and then come to your own conclusions, I guess. But yeah, and maybe look into a little bit of the science behind what they're claiming and see if that helps a little bit too.
Yeah.
What do you say we invite some more folks and have a little bit of a get together with an after party?
Okay.
You down for that for a little while?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Well, OT, we're not quite at the hour, but I think we've pretty much covered what we needed to with this, plus some extra bonus stuff. So I think we could call this one a wrap and then just jump into an after party. We're going to take a little bit of a break, though, guys. So I will give you a brand new link in a little bit here, OT, and you can jump in here with me. And we'll have some more folks jumping in here with us as well. If any of you guys out in the chat would like to jump in for a little while and say hey and meet OT here, please let me know via, and they're already coming in now. You can, all the fucking coins, you guys. Jesus Christ. Right. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. I think I heard 3. Oh, we lost OT. That's okay. Well, thanks, Ocean. I'm glad you guys do appreciate what I do here. It's good to see you, man. It's been a while. But yeah, first of all, once we get her back, my wonderful guest tonight was a little nervous. I don't know if you could tell, but we had some technical issues in the beginning, but we managed to sort that all out. I definitely want to thank her for being my guest tonight, and I will again in the after party because she's no longer here. Her phone kind of cuts out on her once in a while, so that's probably what happened. Oh, there you are. There we go. Yeah, I was just saying thank you for being on the show tonight. I appreciate
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. And thanks to all you wonderful people in the YouTube chat and everyone that goes over to Twitch and watches over on Twitch too to help bring my subscriptions up there as well. And of course, my amazing patrons. You guys are awesome, and you really are the meat and potatoes of the show. You help me keep things going, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Also, don't forget that my very good friend Randolph and I are starting our own call-in show eventually. We are still building the studio. It's a little bit of a long process. This COVID shit didn't help. But we can head over to www.truenorthtalk.ca and you can learn more about when that's going to go down and what's happening now. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so when we go live, you'll be notified. And you can also check out myself and a whole bunch of other wonderfully awesome new hosts for the revamped and relaunched nonprofit show, which is an ACA product that airs at 3 p.m. Central between Talk Heathen and the Atheist Experience. And every once in a while, you'll see my ugly mug on there as well. And the last Saturday of every month, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be going down now for sure, Andy and Seamus and myself do a little show called, as I mentioned earlier, Atheist Drinking Out Loud, where we pick some funny topics and funny people, and we poke fun and have a few brewskis and laugh in disbelief, because that's the name of his channel. So go over there and sub if you haven't already, and you'll see it happen the last Saturday of every month. All right, and that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. On the interview part, we are doing the after party, and as I said earlier, if you're interested in getting involved with that, just let me know via Twitter or Facebook, and I can get you a link, and you can jump in here and hang out with OT and myself, and say hello, and all kinds of other cool stuff. And like I always say at the end of the interviews, like the late great Carl or Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we'll see you guys next time.